BOOZHOO, and welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. I am NANABOOZHOO, and these are the village people. And today, our Ojibwe phrase of the day. OJIBERISH, Gitanamo. OJIBERISH, two spirits. Gitanamo, pride. Because you got to have pride in your two spirits, I guess. OJIBERISH, Gitanamo. And never forget, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. Isn't that right, boys? Boys? Okay. Otherwise, welcome to the show. All right. OJIBERISH, on sale now at Amazon.com. Gibberish, an illustrated introduction to Ojibwe mowing. A coffee table book by the rock star cartoonist Lyons. Niji, that's right. How you doing, BOOZHOO? Hey, sweetie pie. Hello, baby doll. Happy Pride Month. Why are you telling me? Aren't you two-spirited? No, I'm not two-spirited. What are you then? I'm normal. Normal? How dare you, you homophobe. I'm here today. Here's Wally Bear. BOOZHOO, Wally Bear. How you doing? Say hey to Paul Stanley for singing. Paul Stanley for me, please. Oh, for sure. Hey, Paul. Yeah, what is it, NANABOOZHOO? Wally Bear wants to say BOOZHOO. Hey, Wally Bear, how you doing? I said, how you doing? Oh, I can't hear you. He's on the internet, Paul. Every time we got to go through this. He doesn't understand the live chat, Wally Bear, but he says hello. And Joseph here. Hey, BOOZHOO, Joe. What's going on? Good morning. And John Redcorn. What's going on here? It's a guys club, sweetie. It must be because it's Two-Spirit Pride Month. Is all these guys two-spirited? Yep. Bunch of homos, if you ask me. A bunch of homos? Are you guys a bunch of homos? That's what we called each other in the 80s. Not just gay people. You'd call your friends, hey, homo, what's up? What's up, you homosexual? Hey, homo sapien. Today's Ojibwe word of the day. OJIBERISH, two spirits. This is what a lot of the homos like to call gay Indians now. Really? Yeah. OJIBERISH. Actually, it's probably more like OJIBERISH. Bayug. Buh. A's are sounding. Jabayug. Two-spirit. And I don't really think two-spirit is traditional, sweetie. Really? Nah. I mean, unless you're counting the 90s as being traditional. But Ode and Mini Gizis, the Starberry Moon, in recent years has become the Gay Pride Month. And I'd almost be more into it if they just reserved it for 1 month. But it seems like they're They're shouting their pride in everybody's face year round. Yeah. We get it. You love being in the village, people. I can stay with you. But OJIBERISH, two spirits, is what some people think the Ojibwe word for gay is. The Ojibwe word for gay is menwendam. Happy. Menwendam. But they don't mean happy when they're talking gay these days. They're talking, homosexual. And so my understanding, and I've mentioned this on the show before, but my understanding of being two-spirited is having an addiction. Back in the days of the grandfathers, they would talk about wine, beer, and spirits. The old Anishinaabe would talk, alcohol's a spirit, man. You take the spirit of alcohol inside you, and it possesses you. You will then have two spirits. You are a spirit, but when you have the spirit of alcohol possessing you, drugs are the same way. You become two-spirited. So, at the same time, I don't know, maybe something happens to people that make them gay. Nobody knows. I'm not asking the gay community, hey, is it nature or nurture? You don't know either. But for some reason, some people are into their own kind, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. And do they have a second spirit that's possessing them? In which case, if they did, then pray the gay away would actually work. That's the one thing where everybody immediately goes, oh, that's terrible. You should never pray the gay away. Did you know there are some religious people, they send their gay kids to camp to pray that they don't lead this lifestyle? That's child abuse. And you go, wait a second. Is that child abuse, or is dragging your kid to pride shows child abuse? Oh yeah, did you see that? Yeah. Drag your kid to pride. They're bringing their children to drag queen shows in strip clubs now. Making their kids go up and put tips in men's, the men are wearing ladies' undergarments, ladies' bloomers, and ladies' wigs and ladies' makeup. They call them transgenders. Two spirits. They're the OJIBERISH. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're a good parent. You're teaching your son tolerance. Drag him to the pride parade. Let him see these guys. The YMCA guys. Look, that guy's wearing a chaps with no underwear. Come on, son. I'm going to teach you a little something about pride. Get animal. You see, June is Pride Month. You should have pride in who you are. You should have native pride. You should have gay pride. Oh, if you're a gay native, OJIBERISH, oh, you should be so proud of yourself. It's not easy to be OJIBERISH and Anishinaabe. Ooh. You gotta live a lie. You gotta live in secret. And now, finally, we are marching the streets for Gitanimal pride. Do you believe anything you're just now saying? Not a word of it. But I think that's the feeling. I used to be all about it, I was never actually in a gay pride parade, but when gay pride was kind of starting up in the late 80s, half my friends were like theater people and gay guys. So I was this close. I was in gay bars and stuff, just, hanging out with my gay buddies back in the late 80s. But I never actually marched, I didn't want people to get the wrong idea. Nijbeag on this Ishkwa Anima E Gisha Good. After prayer, duh. Sorry, guys. Let me fix that. Ishkwa Anima E Gisha Good. After prayer day, sweetie, or Monday is what we like to call it. Monday, Monday, la la, la dee 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 dum, la la, hoka hey baby doll. Have I even introduced you? I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, Natasha, lovely and talented. BOOZHOO Gakina. Hello, everyone. And Michael Lyons, rockstar cartoonist. How's it going, Niji? I'm doing great. How are you? Not too bad. Ishkwa Anima E after prayer day. But yeah, so I was always kind of taught that it was wrong to send your kid to a camp to teach him how to pray, that he quits looking at dirty magazines with men in them. It's like, no, that's wrong. You should teach your boy to be proud of that. You should be proud of his Village People record collection. Don't you shame him. In fact, my son, we're gonna chemically castrate him. We're gonna call him Julie from now on, and we're gonna dress him up like a girl, and make him come to. We're gonna drag him to drag queen story hour, and we're 2020s. We're this generation's good parent. I'm like, what? Just because your kid plays with stuffed animals doesn't mean he's two-spirited, you guys. Just because he acts like Christopher Robin doesn't mean he's RuPaul, if you know what I'm saying. Gay pride. Enough with the pride, sweetie. That's not our way. It's not our way? Nope. Anishinaabe people are about humility. And, you know, I don't have an opinion on people's sex life. Except I don't want to know anything about it. It's none of my business. None of my beeswax, sweetie. It's none of your beeswax? Nope. But in the Anishinaabe, 7 Anishinaabe values. Kids, listen up to your Uncle Nanaboozhoo. It's not that I'm telling you one way or the other what I think of, you know, people's sex lives. You know, people have made it really political. You better be on board. You know, I don't approve of most people's sex lives at all. Frankly. Yeah, you know. Well, Gene Simmons, you know, used to brag, oh, I've been with 3,000 women or whatever. It's like, yeah, gross. I don't want to hear about that. Don't be proud of that. That's gross. You should be ashamed of yourself, Gene. Ooh, yeah! Yeah, exactly. You know. The Bachelor reality show. Here's a dude just gonna wade through 20 different women. Yeah, gross. But same thing with the pride. You know, in our way, one of the 7 Anishinaabe values is humility. Just the opposite of pride. I mean, it's not shame, but, you know, I think shame has its place too. Yeah. We live in a shameless society now. Anything you do, say, think, goes. The only thing you're not allowed, the only thing you'll be shamed for now is for shaming anybody. That's the hypocrisy. You know, if I say, oh, shame on you, you shouldn't live like that. That's gross. You know, I'm not allowed to say that. I'd be the one in trouble. What do you mean you don't condone polyamory, polygamous relationship? What do you mean you think that's child abuse? You don't approve of transitioning a child? You think that's child abuse? You're the child abuser. Like what? Just because I won't use because I refuse to use improper grammar. I like what you said about they them pronouns. What's that? What your preferred pronoun was my darling love. Yeah. Anytime you refer to me in the third person, it'd be like my darling love. Yeah. So my darling love thinks enough with the pride in your sexuality. Nobody needs to know that. Enough with that. But my darling love. That'd actually be a better world if we, instead of having they them pronouns, we just had to call each other darling loves. Yeah, we'd probably all get along better. That's probably the answer to all this polarization. Just refer to everybody as my darling love. Excuse me, my darling love. I don't think it's right that you have an abortion at all. Yeah, I'm not the dad, I'm not related, whatever. But morally, I think what you're doing is killing a person. My darling love. I'm not judging anything else right now. But you shouldn't kill your baby. I know it's going to be expensive and it's a drag. But my darling love. No, I do not support your choice. But it doesn't sound so hateful then. Yeah. You know, if you just start everything, my darling love. Second Amendment says, government shall not infringe upon the rights to bear arms. Government doesn't give us rights, my darling love. There's nothing you can do. I will own any sort of gun I care to own. No matter what you say is a law, my darling love. You have no right. My darling love. They never went to the moon. And the earth is flat, my darling love. Because any opinion I have these days is a polarizing opinion. I think it's like that for everybody. Yeah. You know, if I don't support abortion, I've just lost half my friends. Yeah. You know, all relationships these days are totally conditional. Your family will drop you. You know, it's like, what do you mean you don't support gay adoption? Which I don't even know if I support or not. I wouldn't care. I probably do support it, actually. But, you know. Or, you know, the big V word. Vagina? No, not vagina, sweetie. You know that V word you can't talk about because the other V word, virus. Oh, you're right. If it's even a virus, which it isn't, I guess. But, you know, polarizing, man. Families are torn apart. And your stance on, do you support this thing? You know. You're not allowed to hate. That's another one. Why? Because that's hateful. So, what's wrong with being hateful? I hate a lot of things. I expect people to hate stuff. I mean, it's just when it turns violent, it's an issue. I don't know why you're telling me, man. You're preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to the choir. You guys know what I'm talking about? All I know, sweetie. Niman Wyndham Gigawabi. Nongom. I'm happy to see you today. Well, be quiet, sweetie Mushane. Thank you, sweetheart. Niman Wyndham. I'm gay. Are you gay? Well, I'm happy. So yeah, that's what that gay means. No, I do not. I do not think it's fun to stay at this YMCA. No, thank you. That sounds like a nightmare. Gigawabi. Wabi is to vision, to see. Giga, you, to see. Nungum, today. Niman Wyndham. Gigawabi. Nungum. I'm happy to see you today. Happy to see you all yous today. We did a night show last night, and we missed a lot of the morning BOOZHOO crew. Yeah. You know. Heavy Flow's here, sweetie. Hey, Heavy Flow. Heavy Flow says vegans for the V word. The V word. Yeah, what is that? There's a V word and a C word now. But it's not what they used to mean. Yeah, now it means virus and corona. Or whatever. Yeah. The C word. La 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 la. Okay, hey, hey. What do you think, baby doll? You want to take a phone call? A phone call, sure. On line 2? Line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air. Hee hee, Shamoa. Hey, NANABOOZHOO, how are you? Hey, Michael Jackson, what's going on? Hi, Michael Jackson. Hi, Natasha. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Hey, happy Pride Month. What? Why are you telling me? I'm not gay. You're not gay? No, that's ignorant. Come on, you gotta be gay. No, that's silly. I don't like men. I like boys. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Hey, what's the Ojibwe word of the day? Oh, Ojibwe word of the day. Ishkwa. Anama e. It's after prayer day, Michael. Ishkwa. Anama e. Geisha good. Shamoa. Hee hee. Yep. Ishkwa. Anama e. Geisha good. Shamoa. He. Yeah. Monday after prayer day. So, Michael, what do you think of all this, what's going on these days with gay pride and transgender this, transgender? It seems like we can't go a day without somebody talking about gay rights and being prideful. I think it's wonderful. It's beautiful. I see the God in the face of every child. It's a beautiful thing. It's not bad. It's love is love. Love is love? Of course. You're ignorant. What? I didn't say anything. No, I know what you're thinking. You don't support gay pride. You're a homophobe. Shamoa! A homophobe? No, I'm not. I'm not afraid of gays. Yes, you are. Have you ever kissed a guy? Have you ever kissed a guy? Yeah, once. How come? My girlfriend asked me to. It was gross. I felt like I was kissing my dad. No, that's ignorant. There's no greater love than that which is a man loving another man. Hee hee! Where did you hear that? It's in the Bible. No, I think it's explicitly not in the Bible. Ishkwa, anama egg, eat your good. After prayer day, Michael. I'm going to say a little prayer for you today. No, that's ignorant. Why would you want to say a prayer for me? Well, I think it's a very nice thing to say a prayer for somebody. You know, I pray for your happiness, for your soul. May God forgive you for your many, many unspeakable crimes. No, that's ignorant. Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. Anyway, I better get going before I start making inappropriate jokes. Okay, how do you say goodbye in Ojibwe? We don't say goodbye in Ojibwe. We say bamapi. Later. Bamapi. Hee hee. Shamoa. Yeah. See you later, Michael. Michael Jackson, baby doll. He's so strange. I know. But he's not gay. No, he's much worse. Yeah, I know. But he is dead. Yeah. I don't think anybody cares anymore. You know what I find weird too? Speaking of people not caring about celebrities. What's that? Nobody cares that Britney Spears got married. Well, she hasn't really been in the public eye in a while. Yeah, but it just seems weird that all at once everybody kind of stops caring about stuff. Like, I mean, do the Kardashians still have a TV show? I think they do. But I never watched it in the first place. Yeah, I didn't either, I guess. I don't know. As Wally Bear walks along and softly, I walk softly and carry a big stick, says Wally Bear. Oh, is that right? He's a soft walker. All Indians are soft walkers. It comes from days when we wore the moccasins. Kind of tiptoe. Indian man could walk through the woods without making a sound. He wouldn't even, he'd know not even to step on dry leaves. It's an old Indian trick. Indians were the first ninjas, sweetie. Really? Probably not, but I'm going with it. You see, kids, back in the days of the grandfathers, the Indian man, Anishinaabe, Winini, would wear moccasins, in Ojibwe. Try to remember that one. But it was kind of like wearing just a thick sock. We like to wear them so we could feel the earth. You could feel the heart, Mother Earth. You could feel the beating of Mother Earth's heart through the ground. Weda hey weda weenie mushin weda hey baby doll. I was trying to do the We Will Rock You. Body making noise, making big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking their can all over the place. Oh, kicking the can. That's probably the nice way of saying kicking ass. Yeah, probably. Kicking their cans all over the place. Everybody singing. We will teach you how to count to 10 in Ojibwe. Moen. Everybody singing. Everybody singing. So, what else is going on in the world, sweetie? Well, I have a picture of the Breakfast Club all lined up. Picture of the Breakfast Club. Yeah, can you put it up? Okay. There it is. Breakfast Club, you guys. BOOZHOO. This is the Gigajeba Wisani Win Club. I forgot how to say club. The Breakfast Club. If you're young, you might not remember a little movie called The Breakfast Club from the 80s. You see, back in the days of the grandfathers, there was these children that you spit on as they try to change their world. And they're immune to your consultation, sweetie. They're quite aware of what they're going through. Changes! Nah. Yeah. Changes. The movie starts with a quote from David Bowie's song, Changes. And these children that you spit on, as they try to change their worlds, they're immune to your consultations. They're immune to what you're going to talk to them about, because they're quite aware of what they're going through. Remember that, you guys? If you're all grown up, take your mind back to when you're 18. You actually weren't stupid. A lot of people, you want to be humble. Oh, man, I was such an idiot. If I could go back and do it, But we were aware of what was going on. I was very aware that I was only going to be 18 once. We used to say stuff like, oh, you're only young once. I was aware that these were the teenage years, and I was one of them. And I would stop being a teenager at some point and look back and at that time I was living and think it was important. And I was also aware that it wasn't that important. The 80s, we were a lot of kind of slacker, bad attitudes. It's like, you know what? Everything sucks anyway, and we're just going to grow up. There's actually a beautiful meme now I wish I had pulled up of Ali Sheedy in this movie. And the one, maybe I shouldn't ruin it. But she goes, it's inevitable. It just happens. When you grow up, your heart dies. And Bender goes, who cares? And then she's got like tears in her eyes. And she says, I care. It's choking you up thinking about it. Yeah, it is. I care, she says. You know, I love this movie because I understood it immediately when I was an 18-year-old. Or 17 or whatever it was. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Tell me your troubles and doubts, giving me everything inside and out. Low, no, no. I was thinking about the Breakfast Club within the past 24. Is that right? Heavy Flow was just thinking about it. That's a synchronicity, Heavy Flow. I can't do Barefoot in the City. It's very depressing. What? I should be reading these comments, huh, sweetie? What's the point of having a live chat stream if you never read the comments? Yeah, no kidding. Well, I see, the thing is, the BOOZHOO crew, they kind of talk to each other while we're doing the show. Hey, would you guys listen up? Quit passing notes. You're in Ojibwe class. I'm talking about the 80s and being a teenager. But we were aware of what we were going through. I knew that I belonged to certain cliques. And I knew I was more than just my clique. And I knew, like all of us, in the end of this movie, Brian, big brain Brian, the nerd in the middle. He goes, you asked us to write an essay telling you who we think we are. What do you care? You just see us the way you want to see us. As a basket case, and a criminal, an athlete, and a brain, and a princess. Well, we found out that we are all the Breakfast Club, or we are all these things, all of us. And I was too, you know. I mean, I was an athlete and a brain and a dumb kid and an artsy kid and a rebel and sometimes a princess, you know. I was a speech kid and a theater kid and a basketball player and a party guy, you know. What were you in high school if you had to be one of the Breakfast Club characters? I was probably a princess, and I was both the girls. You were both the girls? Yeah, I was Ellie Shady. I liked to draw. But I was also pretty popular, really. You were popular in school? Everybody loved me. The Breakfast Club. Back in the days of the grandfathers. Hey, 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 hey. Any other cool songs from the Breakfast Club movie? I want to be an airborne ranger. I don't think that counts. I want to live a life of danger. That's that scene where Bender like runs off to be the decoy so the rest of the Breakfast Club doesn't get caught by Vernon, the principal, Richard Vernon. Sorry, Dick. What if there's a fire? I think posing a danger to children would be unwise at this juncture in your career. Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place. You know what I'm saying, baby? I know what you're saying. Do you want to get up here? Sure. Why don't you play Speed Trap Town? Speed Trap Town? All right. I've spent most of my life, and I know Speed Trap Town's probably not even a country song, but I think it's played on country. Before I get on that though, sweetie, before I drop, let me get rid of this Breakfast Club picture. On this Gay Pride Nij Jibayug, or Monadoog, you could also call it. Like Gitche Monadoog, a great spirit. Spirits is also Monadoog. But Jibayug is like your soul. Sort of. I don't know. But on this gay pride thing, since we're talking about gay pride, I would like to, hats off to the original pioneers of gay pride, including the village people. Yeah. Village people they were out in the late 70s. They really kind of started, they were frontiermen. They were the original, they were the first gay nation. But a lot of people forget this pioneer of the transgender movement, Christopher Columbus. No. Yeah, Christopher Columbus was a woman who identified as a man. And then identified as the whatever of America. He discovered America. He identified as a male explorer. But if you take a close look, sweetie, yeah, Christopher Columbus is clearly an old lady. It does look like a lady to me. Yeah. And he wears ladies' blouses. Maybe like the boys just wear stuff like that. Nope. He's wearing a dress. He's got a lady eyebrows, lady eyes. No Adam's apple. Christopher Columbus. This is why they have a Columbus Day. They always have a gay pride parade on Columbus Day. Do they? I don't know. Probably. Check your history books, kids. Christopher Columbus. In 1492, Christopher Columbus transitioned to being a lady full-time. I mean, you can't really transition to being a lady, but he identified as a lady. And he made his pirates and his crew call him they, them. And Chris Columbus. So, you want to get up here, sweetie? Yeah, play Speed Drop Down. Oh, right. So I spent my whole life being pretty close-minded about country music. I always thought that was just redneck music. And then after I turned like 50 years on, every time I got in a pickup, if I was scanning for music, it'd end up at a country station. There'd be some song I really liked. And I heard this song, Speed Trap Town. I was like, oh man, do I like country music? I think I'm turning into a redneck. Yeah, you were a redskin, now you're a redneck. Yeah, but I really like this song because I related to it. Speed Trap Town, if anybody doesn't know, it's a term we use. It's like another term for a small town. It's where you'll be cruising along and then out of nowhere it goes from 55 to 35. And if you don't know you have to slow down there, a cop can pull you over real easy. And they say, oh, it's a speed trap. They trap you. They know you're going to be accidentally speeding right there. And this is a song we did with Michael Lyons. And it's called Speed Trap Town. Miigwech Bizandawiyeg. Thank you for listening. Up next, Natasha. Nah. She said it's none of my business, but it breaks my heart. Dropped a dozen cheap roses in my shopping cart. I made it out to the truck without breaking down. Everybody knows you in a speed trap town. And it's a Thursday night, but there's a high school game. Sneak a bottle up the bleachers and forget my name. And these 5A bastards run a shallow cross. It's a boy's last dream and a man's first loss. Never did occur to me to leave till tonight, when there's no one left to ask if I'm alright. I'll sleep until I'm straight enough to drive, then decide if there's anything that can't be left behind. Doctor said Daddy couldn't make it a year, but the holidays are over and he's still here. How long can they keep you in the ICU? Veins through the skin like a faded tattoo. He was a tough state trooper till a decade back, when that girl who was her mama caused his heart attack. It never did occur to me to leave till the night when I realized he'll never be alright. I signed my name and I said my last goodbye, and decide that there's nothing left that can't be left behind. The road got blurry when the sun came up, so I slept a couple hours in my pickup truck. Had a cup of coffee at an Indian mound, 1,000 miles away from that speed trap town. Never did occur to me to leave. It never did occur to me to leave.
BOOZHOO! And Neiman Wyndham, Gigawabe, Noongoom, I'm happy to see you today. Neiman Wyndham, G-A-I-N, Oma, Noongoom, happy to be here today. And yeah, just thought I'd step outside, just thought I'd teleport outside. Maybe say a little prayer. Say a little prayer. I pray till the break of dawn. Nothing ever goes away. Nothing ever goes away. But everybody's gotta go sometime. Everybody's gotta learn sometime. La 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 la. No. Do 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 do. Woohoo! Woohoo! I'm communicating with the birds. I want them to make me a dress like Cinderella. Remember that? Woodland animals just came and made her a dress. Birds are fitting her with her gown. This is the story of Cinderella. Back in the days of the grandfathers, sometimes people would adopt children just to work, and they'd make them sleep down by the boiler. This was the case of Cinderella. Cinderella was a half-sister or something, or whatever. I'm not sure why. But she had to sleep in the cinders, down by the cinders, the burning, whatever, the wood stove, I guess. She slept by the wood stove, and she was always covered with soot and that. So they called her Cinderella. But she was half-sister with some mean old, nasty, fat sisters. They were always mean. Oh, Cinderella, you're so gross and dirty. We're going to go off to the party and find a prince to marry us, yeah. And then she had a mean stepmom or something, I don't know. But they didn't like her, and they made her do all the dirty jobs. Well, the night of the big prince ball came. And it was kind of like going to the Metawakan and Sioux powwow. You know how like everybody goes down there because they're hoping to hook up with some per cap millionaire? It was kind of like that at the royal ball. They knew the prince of the kingdom would be there, you know, trying to snag some broad for his wife. So her evil stepsisters, they got all, you know, put on their fancy pants and whatnot. They got all beautified. They put on their ballroom gowns and fancy hairdos, and they got all ready. But Cinderella, you know, she didn't have any money. She's all dirty and gross. So she prayed to her fairy godmother. See, here, it ties in. Gay pride. Nish Monadug Gitanimo. Pride. So she prayed to the patron saint of gayness, her fairy godmother. And poof, here comes a little midget lady with wings or something. And she's, oh yeah, I'll get these woodland creatures to make you a gown. And she waved her magic wand. And she goes, look, I'm going to transform this pumpkin into a chariot. And these mice will turn into horses. And, yeah, you're going to be the belle of the ball. You know, he's going to lose his mind when he sees you. You're going to look great. Go snag yourself a man. Tonight. Tonight's the night, young lady. Well, but she goes, but there's one thing. You got to get home by midnight. You know, you're here to catch a man, not to catch a disease. I want you home at midnight. Because that's when the spell wears off and your gown's going to turn into rags and your chariot's going to turn into a pumpkin and these horses are going to turn into mice and you'll be so embarrassed. So off she goes to the big ball at the big old castle and her fat old ugly sisters are there. And she's wearing glass slippers. And the prince walks in and he just walks right by her fat old sisters. And he's like, no thank you, chubby Chubbawubba. He fat shamed him, just breezed right by. But Cinderella, you know, she had been working and not eating. So she was really thin. And he was like, well, hello there. And he goes, would you like to dance? And they danced for a while. But just then she looked up and boom, boom. It was almost 12 o'clock. She goes, I gotta go. I got a mahjong. I gotta leave. And she runs out. He goes, no, wait, I didn't even get your number. And she called back, we don't have telephones yet. And just as she left, her slipper slipped off. Oh, maybe that's why they call them slippers. But her slipper slipped off, and it was made out of glass. Doesn't sound like the most comfortable shoe you could ever put on your foot. And how it didn't break while they were dancing, I'll never know. But, and this is an important distinction, because it wasn't on her body anymore, that part of her gown didn't turn back into her old nasty rags. She got about halfway home and her chariot turned back into a pumpkin. And there's horses turned to mice, and she gathered up the mice and the pumpkin and walked the rest of the way home. She's like, oh, what a night. She goes, oh, it was really fun, but I almost got caught with my magical spell clothes. Meanwhile, the prince, he grabs that shoe and he's like, oh, I gotta find this girl. She's probably the only one who wears this size shoe. So he went off looking for a girl he couldn't be bothered to learn her name or anything about. But he knew he loved her. And if he could find her, he would know it was her by if she fit this shoe. And he went house to house. Excuse me, sir. Yes, Prince. I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for a girl. Last night we were dancing and she lost her shoe. And if I find her, I'm going to marry her and give her half of my money. And so every chick was like, yeah, that was me, remember? Because I don't know. But nobody could fit this glass slipper. And he kept looking, knocking on doors. Excuse me, sir. May I speak with your daughter? You know? He was kind of a creep when you think about it. Finally, he ends up at the Cinderella house. And he's like, excuse me, ma'am. Because remember, she had a wicked stepmother. They don't mention a dad. But this wicked stepmom goes, yeah, what's up? He goes, excuse me, do you have a daughter? She goes, I have 2 daughters. And, you know, like a stepdaughter. I don't really think of her as a real daughter. She's my stepdaughter. We make her do the dirty work. Why do you ask? And he says, well, I have this gold slipper I found when this girl I like ran away at the dance last night. And if I find her, I'm going to marry her. And so wicked stepmother goes, well, come right in. Why don't you meet my daughters? And she called out her 2 fat daughters. And was like, hey, remember the prince? Remember this guy? When you were with him last night? Huh? Remember how you've lost your shoe? And the daughter's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you for bringing my shoe back. And he goes, no, wait a minute. You try it on. And they tried to squeeze their foot in, but their feet were too fat. Way too big. No, I can do it. No, that's not you. Tried the other sister. No. And he goes, what about this stepsister you mentioned? Cinder or something or other? I went, oh, Cinderella? Yeah, you don't need to know her. He goes, no, I want to meet this Cinderella. Her name, it rolls off my tongue. I mean, I'll never meet a woman with a more beautiful name than Cinderella. You know? And so they're like, okay, Cinderella, you want to come out here? And she comes out, and even though she was all dirty and wearing rags, she was still cute. He was like, well, hello. Say, try on this glass slipper. And so tries on the glass slipper, and sure enough, yep, it's a perfect fit. And so he said, well, that was the only standard I had for who I was going to spend the rest of my life with. You gotta have small feet. Come on, baby. I'm taking you away from this place. And then it was like officer and a gentleman. Love lift us up where we belong. Up where the eagle fly. On a mountain high. And he carries her out like that. Love lift us up where we belong. La 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 dee da. And this is the story of Cinderella and her really stupid romance. And a marriage based on nothing but the most superficial thing. She only cared about money. He only cared about feet. There's no way that marriage lasted. But another European children's story, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta pray. Get you, Manadu. Miigwech for the stories. Thank you for all this wonderful Aki, this wonderful earth. Get you, Manadu. Tika otapananiwi asema. Please accept my tobacco. Miigwech ka'iji pamadaziyam. Thank you for my life. Miigwech ka'iji kakina keku ka'iji chikea nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Miigwech for the memories. Miigwech ka'iji kake niwi kashkindamoen. Thank you for healing my grief. Miigwech bisandawi egg. Thank you for listening. Ape inge. Amen. Babe, I love you so. I want you to know that I'm gonna miss your love the minute you walk out that door. Please don't go. Don't go away. I'm begging you to stay. If you got a beg person to stay with you, it's over. You might as well call it and just say, yep, this relationship is dead on arrival. If you're saying, oh, please don't go, just stay. I'm begging you to stay. Please, please, love me. It's over. You can't beg your way into a good relationship. It's either meant to be, or it's not meant to be. To be, or not to be. You can't negotiate attraction. You can't say, yeah, look, I'm ugly, but I got a good sense of humor. People are always doing that. They're trying to set up their unattractive friends. Oh, she's got a great personality. You know, you like her. She's got a good personality. Yeah, I know. If only I could love a personality. Nah. Oh, well, I should go back. You know, it was raining just hard this morning, but it's clearing up now. I think it's going to be a pretty day. All right.
Okay, hey, BOOZHOO.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Natasha. You ready to come home?
Yeah, would you mind picking me up?
Not at all. Hang on, I got to scan for your coordinates.
Okay.
And that's 1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1. Nah.
Hey, there she is.
Well, hi.
Hi. How is it outside?
Well, you know, the ground was all wet and stuff, but it wasn't raining anymore, and I think it's going to clear up and be a nice day.
We should go for a walk.
We should go for a walk. We keep saying that. We keep blowing it off.
Yeah, I know.
La-di-da.
So what'd you talk about?
I told the Cinderella story.
Oh, really? Where'd that come from?
I have no idea. I just thought of it. But pretty, it's like a couple of shallow people found each other.
It's probably like the Britney Spears wedding.
Yeah. It's like Britney Spears marrying one of her gay backup dancers. You know what I think is weird about that whole Britney Spears thing? Yeah? Wedding?
What's that?
Well, except for the fact I wasn't invited. They had it at her house.
Yeah?
Well, wasn't there like a whole free Britney movement to help her get free from that house?
Oh, yeah, and free of her conservatorship or whatever?
Yeah, to be an independent person or whatever. But then the first chance she gets to get married, she goes, hey, let's get married in that same room I've been sending TikTok videos out of.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think it was probably more just some weird. I doubt that was her real wedding.
Well, her kids weren't there and her family wasn't there. But Madonna was.
Yeah, at least Madonna was there. If we ever get married, make sure Madonna gets invited, will you?
Absolutely not.
Would you invite Madonna to your wedding?
No.
You know, she married Sean Penn.
Yeah, I think people should never forget that.
Never forget Sean Penn. If you ever for 1 minute think, oh yeah, Sean Penn, he's smart. Just remember, he married Madonna. They got divorced eventually, but Sean Penn, at the height of his career, said, well, I could marry any one of dozens of these Hollywood models or whatever. But no, I'm going to marry Madonna. She's the best I can do for the rest of my life. Well, I don't like Madonna either.
Yeah.
So, there you go, kids. What did we learn today?
You think we learned something?
Yeah, I learned that Ishkwa Anamae Gisha Good. After prayer day is the Ojibwe word for Monday.
You knew that already.
Well, yeah, but we taught it.
Okay.
And we also learned Nish Jabayag, 2 spirits. Gitanimo, pride. Did you just choose these words to kind of, what do they call that?
Troll?
Not troll, but to get more views.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I did think it was a subject that people might be more inclined to click on.
What is that called?
It's not trolling.
Whatever it is. Nish Jabaya, 2 spirits, Gitanimo, pride. And we also learned the phrase Neiman Wyndham, Gigawabi, Noongum. I'm happy to see you today. Neiman Wyndham, Gigawabi, Noongum. If you'd like to support the show, you can support us on Patreon, PayPal, or GoFundMe. And links are in the description below. Michael Lyons has books for sale at Amazon.com. Books like this coloring book slide. Where's the cover? An English Ojibwe coloring book by Michael Lyons. Yay! Give me one! It's raining. Jagog doesn't care that it's raining. Little skunk doesn't care that it's raining. But you can order this and many other books by Michael Lyons at Amazon.com. You want to add anything?
Nope, that's good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. What about you?
Nope, that's good.
All right. Hey, everyone. Miigwech Bizandawiyeg. Thank you for listening. Doggone it, I did it again, sweetie.
There we go.
Miigwech Bizandawiyeg. Thank you for listening. Dash Miigwech Ganawabiyeg. And thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. This over here
This over here.
is NANABOOZHOO.
Okay, miigwech.
This over here is Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minawa. Hawa. Sweetie pie.
1 to teleport.
See you tomorrow. Make it so, number 1.